Hopefully you all can hear us. I'm going to turn this down just a bit.
All right, preparing ourselves for a wicked workout.
Yeah, buddy.
And a live Q&A afterwards.
Hi everyone on Instagram. Hi everyone on Jake's Facebook. Hi everybody on my Facebook. Hope you're doing well this morning. Just going to make sure this is full screen. Anybody want to talk about that? Okay. Just give us a few seconds here to set this all up.
Technicalities. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, I think we're good. I got 3 people here. We are going to get started right away, but before we do that, this is our lovely friend Jake.
What's up?
He also works with us as well, but guys, he is a holistic nutritionist of knowledge. We're just so honored to have him here today. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
This will probably be the start of a beautiful sort of little relationship with the training aspect of everything. As you can see, we are very much so here for you. This is a free event, so we're really happy to have you all here. It's called the No Excuses Gang.
No excuses, guys.
Yes, it's true. We know it's 8:30 in the morning, but we're super glad to have you here. We're going to absolutely crush our workout together, and then we're going to follow it up with a live Q&A via this guy mostly because he's the wealth of knowledge. He's like a dictionary when it comes to nutrition, which is really, really important, guys. So anything you want to say, Jake, before we get started?
Yes, obviously to my channel, guys, this is Kara, and obviously Steve is here as well. So I work with them with renovations. They took me on because of the whole Rona going on. So we built a great relationship. It's funny how the universe works. And obviously Kara is in the fitness business as well. And we're trying to get collaborations going here, obviously, because we mesh really well.
Yeah.
So her workout today, she's taking me through a workout. It's written down here. I have no idea what I'm for. So I'm not usually one to do a bunch of legs, especially recently. So it's going to be interesting and challenging, and you guys will get to see what's going on. So we're going to follow through with Kara's workout, and then we'll do a live Q&A. Essentially, I have a bunch of questions that I want to get to because I've had a bunch of people reach out to me, and then Kara's crew as well. So we're going to try and collab and mix it, and we probably want to do this, I don't know, maybe multiple times a month maybe, or we'll see how it goes, guys.
Yeah, guys, it's important to get out of your comfort zone 100%.
Yeah.
So if this is new for you, I encourage you just to get up and get moving. It's so, so important, especially now with mental health and everything else that we're going on. We're trapped into the house. Who knows if there's going to be another wave. I don't want to talk about coronavirus at all. I just want to talk about health and making sure that you're holding yourself accountable, and that's what we're here for. So follow Jake.Beast on Instagram, or Jacob, how do you pronounce your last name?
Jacob
Machashik on Facebook, and I'm Trained with Kara on Instagram. I'm also on YouTube, and Jake will be there soon as well, guys.
Yes.
So without further ado, make sure you have your water.
Yeah.
If you are new to working out at home, I highly suggest getting either a mirror or a camera that you can really check your form, because I'm going to be giving you some cues along the way. Make sure if you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, that you're listening to those cues as well, because this is definitely for everybody. There's going to be some advanced movements, but I'm going to take you through how to sort of scale a little bit further back. The goal here is to burn fat, burn some calories, get that body moving, and do a little bit of sweating.
Yes,
Okay?
and also, like Kara said, it's all about the mentality. Try and surround yourself with positive-minded people. Ever since I've been around Kara and Steve, I mean, my drive and everything is just on another level. And especially now with the lockdowns and everything, it's important to, especially even over, using Zoom, whatever it might be, technology, having somebody else with you, talking with them, doing a workout, a live workout, whatever it might be. This is very important, guys, because mental health, mental fitness is something that's neglected, and a lot of people don't look into it. So this is why we're doing this, and we're going to bring it to the forefront, guys. So let's do this. Scorpios Unite.
Okay.
Let's do this workout. So,
without further ado, we're going to do a warm-up. Our goal is to obviously get our heart rate elevated, the blood flowing through your system, so that we can move into a little bit more resistance training. So we're going to start off with some jumping jacks.
All right.
And I'm going to tell you when we're done. So what I'd like you to do to start is bring your thumbs to the top part of your shoulder. We're going to jack your arms straight up in the air. And of course, we're going to do a jumping jack, okay?
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's get that heart rate elevated. And make sure you're landing softly on those feet. Keep that core nice and tight. And breathe. Breathing is super important here.
How many are you doing? 1,000?
Maybe. Make sure you breathe, guys. It's super important. Land softly to lessen the impact on your joints. Woo!
Yeah.
We can't have loud music because we'll get turned off.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to
Unfortunately,
listen to us.
copywriting rules, guys.
Yeah, guys.
God damn.
Exhale. Make sure you hold your core nice and tight. Think about bringing that belly button to the back. Land soft. I do recommend taking off your socks, especially if you're at home. No idea how many we're at. Let's go 50 more.
Okay.
Exhale. Drop those arms straight up in the air. Keep that core tight.
Hold on, this camera here. It's not full
Exhale.
balance here.
3. Exhale. 20 more. Huh? No.
We're all over the place. We're just getting warmed up here, guys.
Make sure you breathe. Yeah, Steve. 2 more. 1, 2. Good job.
All right, what's next?
Fix your mat.
Fix our mats here, guys.
Grab some water. Super important to stay hydrated.
Yeah, guys, make
If
sure
you
to
need
breathe.
In through the nose, up through the mouth. All right. Couple more deep breaths.
All right.
We're gonna go into our squat jumps.
Woo! Squat jumps, guys. Get those quads going.
So I'll show you first, but if you are a beginner, if you have a bad back, what I just want you to do is simply sit down and stand up, bringing your hips a little bit forward, squeezing those glutes. Intermediate, advanced.
Squat jumps. How many are we doing here?
We're gonna do 25. Okay, so what I want you to do is touch the floor in between. So you're gonna squat down, keeping your back as straight as you can, pushing your weight through your heels, and stand up.
Okay.
Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Keep that core tight. Exhale, down. Down. Focus on pushing through those heels. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale. Let's go. Keep that core tight. Exhale. We're halfway. Down. Push through those heels. Squeeze the glutes. 16. Exhale. Good job, everyone. 5 more. Good job. Just slightly touch. Land soft. 2, 1. Good job. You should be warmed up. Your heart rate should be elevated.
The buns are on fire
Buns
already,
of
guys.
steel.
This is a 50-minute workout, bro. You're 7 minutes in.
Guys, for you guys, don't neglect legs. Girls
Yeah.
love the good legs on the guys,
There
right?
you go.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you're getting your breathing back a little bit here.
Okay.
Like me, in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Not for nothing, but Jake is 10 years younger than I am.
No excuses.
No
Age is a
excuses.
number.
Okay, we're gonna do some inchworms.
Okay.
Just gonna make sure that the back of our hamstrings are warmed up.
Okay.
Hip width apart. Toes slightly pointed out.
Okay.
We're gonna walk down into a push-up position with your hands, and then you're gonna walk with your hands straight back up to standing. Make sure you're stacking everything on top to finish the movement.
Okay. Lead the way.
Ready? Let's go. So walk down 1, 2, 3 into a nice plank. Walk your hands right back up. Stand all the way up. Bring your hips slightly forward. Let's go again. Make sure you breathe here, everyone. Exhale, stand up. Squeeze those glutes. Good. Walk 2, 3. Stand up, squeeze. We're not about quickness here. You're about form. Pushing your heels through the back of your body. Stand up, squeeze those hips forward. Core needs to stay nice and tight. Exhale. Bend at the knees. Try hinging at the hip as you come down into the inchworm. Again. Walk. Good job, everybody. Keep going. Let's do 4 more. Okay, warming up the back of the legs, glutes, hip flexors, your back. Exhale. Good job. Okay, 2 more. 1 more after that, guy. How you doing, Jake?
That's all right. Another walk in the park. Beautiful day in paradise.
Exhale, good job. Grab water, everyone. Okay.
We're doing a workout, by the way, if you guys are tuning in, right? So,
And if you're making excuses as to why you're not working out at home, you need to start calling yourself out on your BS.
yes.
Okay? Because you are the only person that can control what you do with your life. And your health needs to be your top priority every step of the way. If you are someone that does not have weights at home, order them. You can order bands, resistance bands or cloth bands. You can be like Jake and create your workout material from anything you have around the household. He's very creative, so make sure you ask him about that as well. Laundry tubs, laundry soap tubs, I should say, water jugs, everything that you can
Cinder
possibly
blocks.
get. Cinder blocks.
I put weights, free weights into my backpack and I walk around with it. It's like 50 pounds. There's always ways to get creative with how you challenge your body, guys. It doesn't always have to be a conventional workout, right? Just getting some type of movement and fitness in every day.
100%. So guys, what we're going to do now is go into some lower body workout followed by some core in between. We're going to blast some more fat here. So if you have some type of weight, please grab it. You want to go a little bit on the lighter side here for our first set.
Okay?
We're going to do a sumo squat.
Okay?
I want to grab a 45,
I'll grab a 45
which is
pounder.
light for Jake.
Lightweight.
Guys, when you're doing any type of squatting, what's really important is that your butt is not sticking out like this. You want to tuck everything in with your transverse abdominals. Make sure that you're stacked. Your knees are not ever going to be locked, correct?
Correct.
Toes are pointed out. Sumo squat is exactly what it sounds like. So get a nice wide stance here. Bring the weight right underneath you. Before you start, make sure your shoulders are not rolled forward. Okay, so you want to be stacked and down, not necessarily back though, okay?
No.
Your knees are going to come outward. So you're going to squat down, pick up that weight. Make sure your lower back is not rounded. Exhale, squeeze your glutes without locking your knees. Down. Exhale up and squeeze. Focused here on the bottom of your butt and the top part of your hamstring. Don't lock those knees.
Yeah.
This is where your mirror is going to come in handy so you can make sure that your back is not rounding. Exhale. You're going to inhale on the way down, exhaling on your lifting phase of your exercise. And make sure you breathe. Super important. Inhale, press through those heels, squeeze the glutes. Down. Let's do 2 more here. Yeah. Oh, exhale, yeah. Good job, everyone.
Wonderful. Legs are pumped.
Pumped up.
All right, next.
Listen to this guy. Next.
Yeah, don't worry. When you finish the whole thing, you have to do it 3 more times.
Make sure, again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Get that heart rate a little bit lower. Okay. We're going to get back down on the ground here. In between, we're going to do a little bit of core work. Really importantly, guys, when you are doing resistance training, you can do something in between. It's called high intensity resistance training so that you're burning more fat. You can maximize your workout time so you're not spending like an hour. I know Jake talks about this a lot.
Yeah.
And he's a culprit of it. He does like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes on a good day maybe. Sometimes he splits it. So let's get down on the ground, okay?
Okay, guys, follow along.
Guys, when you're doing any type of core, you want to make sure, it's okay, see? You want to make sure that your lower back is pressed into the mat. If you can put your hand underneath your lower back, you're doing it incorrectly. Okay, so you're going to lay down, stretching your legs out, arms are going to be above your head. We are going to do a toe touch, so pressing that lower back into the mat. If you have to place your hands on your hip bones to make sure that that's the case, please do so. You're going to exhale, one leg up, center on the leg, and release. Exhale up. Go slow. It's not about speed here. Thinking about bringing your belly button to the back and inverting your core into a C shape. Exhale. pressing that lower back into the mat when you come back down. Your lower spine should hit the mat first. Exhale up. Don't yank your neck at all. Think about bringing your nose up first and use your core, not your neck. Exhale. Try and get your upper body off the mat. Touch the side of your ankle and breathe. 4 more. Exhale. 2, 3, 1 more. Good job, everyone.
All right.
Jake, you want to talk a little bit about how to get into a fat burning zone when you're working out?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. It comes down to heart rate, guys. So you have to understand there's a few ways of training. There's different heart rate zones. So obviously there's different energy systems in the body. You have the main energy source you use is based off of creatine phosphate stores. So that's explosive stuff. Then you get more into like the fat burning zone or carbohydrates, depending on where your heart rate is. And everybody's level is going to be different. So a light jog for me, my heart rate won't go as high as somebody who's not conditioned, right? So I'm burning different energy stores. A lot of people that do a lot of interval training, oh, my abs are cranking. A lot of people that do a lot of people that do a lot of sprinting, for example, all the time, they're burning a lot of carbohydrates as their energy source, and they might start getting hungry a lot of the time. So you have to understand what kind of training you're doing. If it's getting your heart rate elevated for longer periods of time, I don't know, depending on your heart rate zone, your age minus 220 is usually what your threshold of your heart rate zone is, and you obviously want to be training and try and get your cardiovascular fitness a little bit elevated as the time goes by. But people who are constantly doing high stressful activity where they're raising the heart rate a lot of the time, they usually start craving a lot of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And that's problematic, right? And then all the work that you're doing and the calories that you're burning, you're negating out all the food that you're eating. That's why a lot of bodybuilders back in the day would do steady state, low intensity steady state, LISS, cardio, like going for a light walk after the workout or before the workout, just getting the heart rate elevated a little bit above baseline because you're burning fat, you're oxidizing fat, and that's a slower burning energy and it requires less, doesn't require your heart rate to go as high. But combining both low intensity steady state and high intensity steady state, or high intensity interval training essentially, is the best bang for your buck. You don't always want to be doing high and you don't always want to be doing low. Amalgamating them both, you get the best of both worlds and you get to train all of your energy systems, and so you're benefiting essentially from all sides.
I told you he was a dictionary, I wasn't kidding. And or a thesaurus. Get your pad on right now.
Oh.
Right now! Okay guys, we're gonna go back into our sumo, except we are adding a little bit more resistance. Once again, if you only have one type of weight at home, this is how you add extra resistance. So it's about 6 inches above the knee. Knees are still pointed out, toes are pointed out. Pick up the weight, stand up, make sure your shoulders are not rolling forward here. Your glutes are flexed. We're gonna inhale down, exhale up and squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Do not round that lower back. Really focus here on pressing your weight through the heels. Exhale. Good job, everybody. Good job. Exhale, make sure your knees are not coming in, they should be going outwards. Inhale, 7, 8. Good job, everybody. Keeping that core nice and tight. You should feel, go ahead, 2 more. You should feel a lot of resistance on the outside of your legs. Good job.
Okay.
Excellent. Guys, when you're at home, and if you can go anywhere from like 12 to 15 and above, that means your weight is too light. So I recommend getting a heavier weight source. Ladies, don't be afraid of heavy weights. Seriously, don't be afraid of them. Don't be a cardio junkie. It's super important, but resistance training is even more so important, especially if you're looking for a lean toned body and to blast some of that fat, okay? All right. We're gonna go into another core workout, core exercise.
Sweet.
If you're gonna up your mouth, so you're gonna get down into a plank position. We're gonna do a mountain climber. Things to keep in mind here: your butt's not gonna be in the air. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Okay, so now way out here, right in line. Okay, your core needs to be engaged before you start this exercise. Always land soft on your feet. Okay, you're gonna drive your knee in. and switch. So let's go for a little bit of a running man / mountain climber. Exhale as you drive that knee in towards your chest. Keep that butt low. Exhale. Good job, everybody. 26. We're gonna do 50. 15, 13. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Get that heart rate back. How you feeling, Jake? Just a quick shout out to Steve for helping us set up the room today. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Steve, you the best. Let's stand up and do a nice stretch. Try moving your obliques back and forth here. Gain control of that breathing again.
Working on our dance moves, guys. Oh, yeah.
To our fake music. Babe, can you open the window? Cold exposure.
All exposure, guys.
Good job, everyone. Grab water, please, or whatever you're drinking there. Okay. Murder.
What's next?
Murderous. Okay, we're going to do a banded walk. So grab your band, 6 inches once again. We can't open the window because it's full of ice. Thank God we live in Canada.
Shout out to Ontario.
So Jake, you're going to go forward first. Actually, can you go there?
Move your 45.
Yeah. And you'll step backwards. I'm going to go forward. So when you have this band here, you're going to get that resistance in the band before you start this exercise. Knees are pointed out. Core is always tight. Okay, so squat down from here. Make sure your back is not rounded. You're going to take a step forward to the side. Keep going. Jake's going back first. Exhale. Do a little bit of squat in between. And then reverse your direction. Exhale. Exhale. Good job. 4 or 5 steps forward. Making sure you're pushing through those glutes. Exhale. Keep that core tight. Make sure you're breathing. Good job, everybody. Okay, we're going to go forward one more time and back one more time. Exhale. Good job. Burning. Exhale. Good job, everybody. Okay, by the way, there are different type of resistance you can get for your band. Depends on the company.
Slingshot, Gymshark.
Yeah. Some are, light, extra light, medium, heavy. This one's heavy. Yours is as well. Just doesn't say it. Grab some rest and water. I need to get my heart rate back. Those are killer. Shake those legs out. Make sure keeping everything flowing. Steve's trying to freeze it. Oh, that's why the window went open.
We got the full door open back here, so getting some nice cold exposure, guys. Any of you know that I'm huge on cold exposure. You want more fat loss, muscle building, better recovery, and sleep? Start doing cold exposure. We'll be talking about that in our live Q&A, okay?
We might need to do some snow angel while we do that. All right.
All right, Coach Carol, what's next?
Let's get down. We're going to go back to our toe touches. We're going to switch it up a little, though. We're going to go one arm, opposite leg. So once again, lay down. Your left arm comes beside your left glute, pressing that lower back into the mat. Right arm is up above your ear. Press the lower back into the mat. You're going to exhale straight up, touch that toe, and release. Exhale up. Good job, everyone. You definitely have to use some of your leg strength here, but you need to focus here on pressing that belly button into the back and breathing. Don't yank your neck. One more, we're gonna do 15 aside. Good job, release. Right arm by your glute, left above your ear here. Press the lower back into the mat. Exhale up. Good job, everybody. There's 10, 5 more. Exhale, press that lower belly button into the mat. If you have to slow down, do it. Don't yank your neck. Exhale up one more time. Good job, everybody. Sit up nice and tall. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Need
All
some
right.
help up, dear?
No, I'm good.
Good. Okay, we're gonna go
What
into
Jake
a
doesn't
deadlift.
know is we're going to work after this.
Grab a drink, guys, and please grab a little bit of a heavier weight than you were lifting before.
You need a refill, dude?
Yeah, bring me some more water here. Let's pour it in here. All right, love it.
Okay, Jake, I'm gonna get you to use the 45s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the bar.
Okay. What are we doing next?
We're gonna go into a deadlift.
Okay.
So guys, deadlifts are very easy to injure yourself.
4.
Please be freaking careful. Your goal is to keep your weight as close to your legs as possible. Your butt, again, is not sticking out here. Tuck. Okay, knees are slightly bent. Your joints are never locked in place. The goal here is to stay stacked. Transverse abdominals are tucked. You're gonna hinge at the hip until you don't want to round it back. Let's put it that way, okay?
So you don't want this.
Exactly.
You want it straight, okay?
100%. Shoulders should not be rolled forward either.
Not like
That's
this.
incorrect. Make sure you're stacked, okay, guys? Lead your head down with your spine as well.
All right.
Toes are slightly pointed out, about hip width apart here.
Okay.
Okay, knees are bent. Tuck your glutes. Hinge. Exhale on the way up. Pressing your weight through the back of your heels. Inhale. Exhale up and squeeze. I do want you lifting heavier at this time because we're well into the workout. You're warmed up for friggin' sure. Inhale. Exhale up. And you'll notice too, Jake's chest is nice and strong. You want to make sure it's the same. Inhale over. Exhale up. As you can notice too, Jake can go a lot lower than I can. He's more flexible in that regard, but he's not sacrificing the form. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale up. Is that 8? Squeeze the back of your body. Let's do one more here. Make sure those shoulders are not rolling. Squeeze when you're racking the weight, squat. Good job, everybody. Grab water, please. How are we doing, Jake?
Fantastic.
Good. Time, Steve?
28 minutes. It's 8:58.
I'm flying.
Okay. Go ahead and move your weight out of the way.
All right.
We're going to go back to our mountain climber.
All right.
Are you ready?
More than ready.
Born ready?
Yeah.
Such a Scorpio response. I love it. Right under your shoulders once again. Core's tight. Butt's not in the air. Let's go. Step down. Drive those knees to your chest. Let's go for 50. Breathe. 30. 40. Let's keep going. And stop. Bring those knees down. Make sure you breathe. Great way to elevate your heart rate in between sets, okay?
What's next, Coach Kara?
Let's stand up. I'm gonna grab some more water. feeling, Jake?
Amazing.
Good.
You do Ruth now?
In a minute.
Jamming out here, guys. This is called active
Holy
rhythm
see
recovery. Make sure when you're drinking water, guys, that you have electrolytes in there. One of the formulas I always recommend people drink. Salt. And put some cream of tartar in there. Cream of tartar is a byproduct of winemaking. It's the highest source of potassium. And obviously the salt, trace minerals, but sodium. Sodium, potassium, guys, every single cell of the human body requires these two minerals to operate, to open up and take nutrients into the cell and close properly. If you cramp, if you have low energy, if you have fatigue, when you stand up and your heart rate goes like crazy, you feel lightheaded, electrolyte deficient. All right, guys, make sure not to just drink crappy water. Make sure to remineralize it with some good quality salt, cream of tartar, guys, or lemon or lime. That works too for potassium. All
Where
right.
can we get the cream of tartar?
Cream of tartar is sold in the baking section of any store. It literally costs a couple dollars. You put like a quarter of a teaspoon, the same amount of salt. It's flavorless, a little bit of acidity actually, but highest quality source of potassium you can get. Save yourself some money on the supplements and drink good quality water. All right, guys?
Told you he was a wealth of knowledge. Okay, grab your 20s or a little heavier.
45s, okay?
Yep. We're gonna do just a deadlift variation. So it's some people call it split squat, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna send one of our right legs back. One of our legs back, I should say. You're gonna get up on that tippy toe. You're gonna square those hips forward. You don't want to be facing over to the side that your leg is backwards.
Okay.
Bend at both knees here. Once again, don't let your shoulders roll forward. Core is always engaged, no matter what. We gotta protect that lower back, preventing injury. So go ahead, squat down, pick up the weights in both hands. Square those hips once again to the front of the room.
Yep.
Okay, take a deep breath. You're going to inhale over the left leg, exhale, stand all the way up, pushing your weight through your left heel. Hinge, don't round the back, exhale, squeeze forward. Go again. Good job, everybody. Keep that core nice and tight here. Go at your own tempo. Inhale, exhale up, squeeze your glute. Keeping that core nice and tight, everyone. Exhale up. There's 8. We're gonna do 2 more on this leg, and then we gotta switch it up. Over. Make sure you're up on that tippy toe, okay? Shake those legs out a bit. Send that other leg back. Up on those tippy toes, square your hips. Bend both knees. Over. Exhale up. Push the weight through your heel. Good job, everyone. Exhale up. Inhale. 2 more. Squeeze. Keep that core tight. Good job, everybody. Rack the weight carefully. Let's take some breathers here. We're going to go into another core workout, core exercise after you hydrate. Hopefully everyone's okay, doing well. By the way, we will be posting this on Facebook afterwards so you can save it, share it. You can save it to do it at a different date. That would be awesome. Okay guys, move the weights out of the way. You're gonna lay back down on the floor, mat, whatever you got. This time I want you to lay down on your left arm. You want to tuck your arm underneath you here. Okay, so not out in front of your neck. Bring it up to the side here, kind of pointed down towards your knee. Get comfortable on the side of your hips slightly. You're going to take your right arm, or left, whatever your good side you're on. Fingertips are not, they're just barely touching the side of your head. You don't want to yank your neck at all. Use your arm that's on the ground as leverage. Knees are bent. Take both of the legs off the ground, and you're going to do a side oblique crunch. Exhale up and release. Don't let your feet rest on the ground, Exhale up. You can bend at the elbow if you need to here. Exhale. This is hard for you. Don't lift your body off of the floor. Just lift your legs up and down, keeping them together. Think about making a side V crunch in that core. There's 10, 2 more. Exhale up. Good job. We gotta switch.
How am I doing here?
Okay, you're okay. Arms to the side here.
Watch your head there, Jake.
Fingertips. Again, at the side of your ear. Don't yank your neck. Knees bent. Exhale up. Good job, everybody. Keep that belly button tucked. 4 more. Exhale. Good job, everybody. Turn around, face the camera or face me. I want you to walk your hands down onto the floor here. Get your legs back. We're just going to do a little bit of a core stretch. Hands underneath your shoulders. Be careful lifting up. Press those hips into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. And get your shoulders away from your ears. Hold this for a few seconds here. Bring your butt up, over down towards your heels, and stretch your arms nice and long in front of you. And in Steve's words, phone a friend. Okay, jump up. Let's go.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We're going to go for another deadlift, I think.
You're not sure?
Would you like to do the split or would you like to do the regular?
Regular.
Regular. Grab your bar or whatever you were using for the first deadlift. Be careful picking it up. Okay, guys, once again, keep that weight close to your body here. Knees are bent. Toes are pointed out. Remember to send your knees outwards. We're not going in. Tuck the core. Your butt's not back here. It's here. Core's nice and engaged. Squat down, pick up your weight. Shoulders back. Ready? Inhale over. Exhale, squeeze. Keeping that weight close to your body. Don't round the back. Exhale. Jake, should we do a quarter pulse?
Yeah, we can do
All
that.
right. Want to walk us through it?
Yeah, all the way down,
Okay.
quarter of the way up, pause, come back down, and then up. 1 and 1/4, baby.
Absolutely.
Keep it saucy.
Saucy. Make sure you breathe.
Keep more attention on the muscles, guys. That's what it's about. Make your muscles do the work, not momentum.
Exhale. Good job, everybody. Don't sacrifice your form here if you're getting tired. 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Inhale. Exhale, up, squeeze. Careful rocking. Great set. Grab water, creamy tartar, lemon lime, whatever you got. What a friend. AK 911. Also, I need a tan.
Not today. It's
Not
snowing.
today.
Snowing out there.
It's snowing right now.
Good job so far, everybody. Excellent job.
We're 39 minutes in.
Okay, let's move our weight over to the side. We're gonna go into another core workout, or exercise, I should say. Okay? And then we're gonna finish it off with a little bit of a burner. We're gonna do some triceps. And then we're gonna call it a day and get into our Q&A. Okay, so get down once again. This time what you're gonna do is a toe touch with a knee tuck. Same leg, pressing that lower back into the mat once again. Fingertips are at the side of your head. They are not yanking your head. So have your head be heavy into those fingertips. Once again, that left arm on the floor. You're gonna bend at the knee. Send it to your elbow, sit all the way up, release. Hand above your head, toe touch. release. Back to the knee tuck. Exhale, release, toe touch. Make sure your lower spine is coming into that mat first. Good job, everybody. Exhale up. Exhale, bend at that knee. Don't yank your neck. Last set on this side. Exhale, good job. Lay down, stretch your hands and arms and your toes all the way down like someone's stretching you at both ends. Press that lower back into the mat. 2 or 3 deep breaths here. We gotta switch it up. Opposite leg. Bend your left leg. Left hand is behind your ear. Right guy is beside your right leg. Exhale up. Release. Toe touch. Good job, everyone. Great workout so far. Glad to have you here. Do you like today? Are you doing the workout? Are you getting information you need? Let us know. Exhale. Come on, Jake, we got 2 more. Exhale, up.
Dying. Yeah,
Come on, buddy.
You're,
1 more. Exhale, good job. Stretch out nice and long. Stretch.
You were feeling it on the first exercise.
I don't train core much.
For those of you who don't know, this is why I asked Jake to do it instead of me. I told you.
Stretch out nice and tall.
Kara
everybody.
workout. Oh, I can feel it already, bro.
Saucy.
I can feel it already. I didn't even do that.
Okay. We'll grab a sip of water. We're going to go back down to the floor. If you have a bench, go ahead and lay down on that. We're going to do, like I said, a burner with our triceps. We're almost done. We've done 41 minutes solid. So if you're tired, call it a day. Do some stretching. Make sure that you're getting some hydration, potassium, protein, all those good things so you don't get stiff. If you're still with us, congratulations.
You rock.
I think maybe, I don't know, if you want to use the bar, we're going to do skull crushers. Whatever you prefer.
Standing self
Standing.
No, lay down.
because that bar is kind of finicky.
I'll do the 20 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dumbbell skull crushers, guys.
So when you get down here, you're going to bend at the knees a little. Guys, the idea is to keep your hands close to your head. So you're only going to hinge at the elbow, sending the weight towards your ear. Extend it straight back up in the air. Don't lock your joints. Pressing through the back of your arm. Of course, your tricep. Exhale up. Core is tight. Hinge at the elbows. Try to keep your arms from wailing all over the place. Nice and controlled here. Exhale. There's 8. 9. Make sure you breathe, press through that tricep. Focus on the muscle you are working. Exhale up. There's 12. We're going to go 15 because we are burning it on both ends here. Let's go. 2 more. Exhale up. Great job. Come on and sit up for a moment here. What's that, Jake? You want another core workout? Just kidding. Sort of.
We're gonna do another core workout.
Stand up for me, guys. Grab water if you need to. The whole idea of a burner at the end is to take very little rest / none at all. So you can go ahead. I'm going to get you to do 45s, Jake. We're going to do a tricep press, extension, whatever you want to call it. We're going to stand for this guy. Make sure your spine is stacked. Core is tucked. Glutes are flexed. Hinge at the elbow, down, exhale straight above your head. With control, press. Good job, everybody. Bend at those knees. You're gonna do as many as you can. Exhale up, press through those triceps. They should be burning.
That's it.
Yep, see. Good job. Let's stretch that out a little. Grab your elbow. Bring that arm.
It was like somebody stabbed my tricep. Staple gun.
That's big boy weight.
Staple gunned it.
Staple
Feels
gun.
like I've been painting for 3.5 weeks.
I think that's what.
Exhale.
Oh wait,
That's
we
not a
have.
dream, that's reality.
Oh wait, we have.
Okay. Good job. Grab a little sip of water. We have one more tricep workout exercise, I should say.
Yes.
You got it?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. I can't do this right. Grab something on the lighter side. You want 10, Jake? I can go 5.
20.
I go mountain 10. It's heavy enough.
So you want to go lighter. This is kind of a drop set idea. You just want to go until you can't go anymore. So you're going to do the standing. We're going to bend at the knees. Get a flex in those glutes and the core, because why the heck not? Get those elbows tucked to the side. You're going to extend the back and right towards the side of your body. Exhale. Don't swing. Make sure you're using your tricep. Exhale back. Exhale. Let's do 3 more here for 15 reps. Exhale back. Great job. Let's get down on the mat. We're going to finish it off, guys, with another core workout, exercise, whatever the heck you want to call it. You know what, Jake? I'm going to get you to probably do 10.
Of course.
Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, you're going to do a weighted sit-up. If you cannot do this, I want you to tuck your feet underneath something that is solid. So your couch, put your feet underneath some weights. It is super important here to not yank your neck because you can injure yourself very easily here. So you want to keep your feet planted on the ground, knees are bent. You're going to grab a weight or no weight if you're not used to this. Lay down, pressing that lower back into the mat. When you're ready, we're not yanking our neck. You're going to slowly sit all the way up. Inhale down. Exhale right up. Good job. Try and look forward. Inhale. Exhale on the way down. Rolling that spine 1 vertebrae at a time into that mat. Inhale. Good job, everybody. We had a great workout today. It was a pleasure having you. Just give us 2 or 3 minutes. We're going to set up the room here and go right into our Q&A. Exhale up. 2 more. Use your core. Good job, everybody. I'm super impressed.
Stretch it out.
Make sure you get your breath back. I want to give props out to Jake. Great job today.
Great job.
Scorpio, thank you again for Steve for setting all this up for us and giving us the day off. Thanks, boss.
Thanks,
I love you. Guys, just
Jake, where's my love you, bro?
Hungry.
Love you, bro.
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy. So, guys, if you start to have any questions, please put it in the chat. We're going to get to them as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah.
We've got 3 cameras going on here, so I'm actually going to get off of Instagram and only focus on Facebook for the rest part, or maybe I'll just stay on since I'm already there. But just give us a minute to move the cameras in,
Yeah.
and we're going to sit right in front of the computer here. Grab water. I do recommend stretching just a little bit as well.
Solid, guys. Solid.
Just put those in the car. Jake, first,
Yeah.
All right, guys. Just going to move Jake over so we can see everybody. Hi, Joanna. Maybe not. Apparently I'm not strong enough. Okay.
You guys can adjust your height, whatever. You're gonna have to put the camera up a bit.
Okay.
Just tilt that up a bit.
Good morning, everybody. So start asking your questions. I already got a few about cream and tartar. I love it! Yes, we're asking a lot about cream of tartar and electrolyte knowledge so far, Jake, okay? Ladies, put your questions in the group. Anyone that's watching, please put it in the chat. This is your opportunity to pick this man's brain. Trust me, you want to.
Do you want that more in front, Jake?
Yeah, put it here, babe.
I can spin it over.
Yeah. Or you could, yeah. Well, maybe you need to get a little closer
You might-
so we can read.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so make sure you have your water.
Hold on. Let me go on Instagram here, maybe. What do you
Can we
think?
go on Instagram? Is there any questions
Instagram.
there? Yeah, sure. Okay.
Just sit down there, see if you're in the camera. Yeah, you're good there. Maybe Jake's a bit taller. You might have to.
That's okay.
You can adjust that height too, eh?
We're gonna.
Good there, good there.
Sweaty mess.
We're at 33 on me.
Good.
Can Jake review what he suggested with the water?
Yeah, of course. We've got that multiple times here from my girls in the group. Absolutely, guys. So,
I'm just setting up my Instagram here, guys.
Yeah, give
Bear
us
with
2
me.
seconds.
Uh,
We will for sure go over it. If you have any other questions, please post it in the group. It doesn't matter what it's about. Again, this guy's a wealth of knowledge. If you want to talk about vegan, if you want to talk about meat, you want to talk about protein, it doesn't matter. He knows everything. Well, not everything.
Nobody knows everything. You're just a cocky person if you think you do. So you
Exactly.
just do the best that you can, right? So
Hi, everybody on Instagram, too.
yeah.
So we're just going to give a few minutes, or seconds, I should say. Yeah, okay, we're live. So we have another one as well.
You're getting a lot of questions.
Okay, good. Okay, so we want to talk about the cream of tartar first.
Yeah, let's
potassium.
answer the first question there.
Perfect. Yeah, that's what
And
it
maybe
is.
explain what it is.
He will. I'm sure he will.
Okay, so who are we answering here? Anna?
Let's enter Priscilla. She's got, sorry, and Anna, yeah, Anna too. Hold on one sec. Yeah, it's all the same questions.
Everyone's
basically.
sending you love, Steve, by the way.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
She said, love the electrolyte knowledge. Did he say cream of tartar? Yes, he did.
Yeah. So there's a lot of supplements on the market, guys, that are electrolytes. You've probably heard about them. Gatorade. Gatorade is probably the worst electrolyte supplement you can get. There's barely any electrolytes in there, and it's full of sugar. Now, sugar does allow your body to take in more nutrients because it does elevate insulin, which opens up the cells, blah, blah, blah. But the reason why I recommend cream of tartar and I recommend salt is because it's very cheap, it's cost effective, and it lasts you a long time, and it does the job, if not better than most electrolyte supplements on the market because
Why am I
They-
so much smaller than you?
they underdose it. Because I'm heavier, so I bring the chair down.
Oh, okay.
Now, the reason that you want to do cream of tartar is because it's very high in potassium. It's the byproduct of wine making. It's an acidic powder that's used in baking. It costs like $3 for a 100-gram bag like this, and you would take what I usually recommend. Let's say you're using a bottle like this, 750 milliliters, right? I'll do 1/4 of a teaspoon, right, which is like 1.5 grams, which is nothing. A teaspoon, a very small one. And then same ratio of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. You mix it up anytime you're drinking water. The problem with water these days, guys, you have to understand the human body is 70 to 80% water. Every cell, your brain predominantly is made up of water. If you're waking up, if you're fatigued, if you have bad breath, if you have low energy, if you're not recovering, everything is related to water, okay? And if you're drinking just filtered water, even if you're getting bottled water, it is void of any type of minerals, okay? Unless you're actually going to a well or a spring and getting your own water, then it's structured, meaning it has minerals in it. Most waters are filtered, they're coming from your tap. You don't want to drink that because it has all sorts of xenoestrogens, birth control, byproducts. Everything essentially is in your water. Chlorine doesn't kill everything, you still have toxic byproducts in there. So when you put salt in there and you put cream of tartar in there, you're restructuring the water and giving it what the body can recognize. The body is not used to drinking H2O, which is laboratory water. Every time you filter water, you take out the minerals as well. And this is where a lot of people go wrong, is they're drinking water void of any minerals. Your cells cannot take this in, and yet you're still dehydrated and you're pissing like crazy. And when you're drinking structured water, you should notice that you have more energy. You shouldn't be pissing as frequently.
Peeing is PG.
Yeah, sorry, my language. I just keep it straight, guys.
Keep
when
it
I,
real.
When I start talking, I just go at it, right? So, yeah, you can buy yourself good quality salt, cream of tartar. That'll cost you like $10 for like half a year's supply, honestly, and it makes a big difference with obviously cramps. We had some questions about cramping. Biggest thing with cramping, guys, is calcium. So most people, when they get muscle cramps, calcium is another mineral that's responsible for muscle contractions. All right, magnesium is the opposite of that mineral. Every mineral, every vitamin has an opposite. So good quality salt has trace amounts of magnesium in it as well. You could supplement with magnesium. There's different forms. We're not going to get into the minutiae of all that. But if you do have muscle cramps, drinking the elixir that I just told you, and then maybe even getting some magnesium. You could get that from dark leafy vegetables, nuts, seeds, not overcooking your meats, or just getting a magnesium citrate supplement or biglycinate, which would cost you $20 for a 2-month supply. You can open up the capsule, pour that into your water, and drink it, and your cramps should go away, okay?
So Jake, can you talk a little bit, I know there's a lot of questions on supplements, and it's not like we're sitting here telling you to go and buy a drugstore full of supplements and you'll be cured of everything that you've got going on. So maybe you can talk a little bit more of the importance of how to building block and where the supplements would fall, say, on a pyramid of the most important things that you can do inside of your nutrition.
Yeah, so where do they fall in? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like are they number one? Are they number two? Are they number four? Like where would that sort of stack against everything else that you need to
Yeah, so
do?
every question I can't give a direct response. It always depends. It's context relevant. Context is the most important thing, and it depends. Let me explain. You might read an article on Google. Like the technology we have these days is crazy. All the information you need is on the internet, and it's the hardest thing is deciphering it and figuring out what you need to be taking. You could read an article about magnesium. You could read an article even about veganism, about carnivore, whatever diets, and it can be the holy grail. And some people take it as gospel. You have to understand that it depends. If your diet is full of whole foods, the acronym that I usually follow is JERF, just eat real food, then your majority of the nutrients you're getting, all right? It depends if you're stressed. It depends if you're living in a hot environment, you're going to be sweating a lot more, going through minerals. If you're sleep deprived, your body's going to be going through a lot more minerals. So what you have to do is you have to take a step back and analyze your diet. Maybe get a journal, write it down, the foods you're consuming. How do you feel? Are your energy levels adequate? Is your recovery adequate? Is your sleep adequate? Do you have energy for your workouts? Do you feel exhausted after your workouts? Because you really shouldn't. You should feel energized after your workouts, all right? And that's the big misconception. People are exhausted and tired, lethargic after the workouts, and that's a sign that your body is not adequately
Full of nutrients,
essentially, right?
Nutrient deficient.
It all depends. Supplements play a pivotal role if you are deficient. You may be deficient in zinc. You may be deficient in magnesium. You might be deficient in protein. When it comes to the fundamentals, guys, you have to understand that there are certain essential things in your diet that you cannot neglect. Let's go through it quickly. Protein. Essential amino acids. They make up protein. That means your body cannot make 9 essential amino acids. You need to get it from food, whether that's plant sources or animal sources. Next down the ring, you have essential fatty acids. EFAs, you call them. These are certain fats that are structural fats that your cells, your brain, every tissue needs. Same as protein. Protein makes up your skin. Protein makes up your hair. Protein makes up everything. So if you're deficient in protein and fat, you're going to be struggling. Your recovery is going to be crappy. Also, your hormones are needed. Your hormones, every single hormone in the body needs protein and fat. So if you're not getting adequate amounts of protein and fat in your diet from whole foods, then you're lacking in a lot of vitamins, minerals, and you're lacking in structural macronutrients that your body needs. Your body can't create them. Carbohydrates are not necessary. Your body can make carbohydrates or glucose, sugar, out of the backbone of fat, which is glycerol, or amino acids, okay? Then you have vitamins, minerals, and you also have trace vitamins or trace minerals as well. We're not getting into the minutiae of all that because that'll take hours. But at the end of the day, you have to understand symptomology. If you are somebody who's waking up feeling energized, you have no problems with your energy, your recovery is good, you have good sex drive, because that's a very good indicator of your overall health. If your sex drive is down, and this is something nobody talks about, we're just being
trying to say that. No one talks about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially in the fitness industry. If you're walking around with very low body fat, that is usually that is not a conducive state to be in, guys. It's good to be very low body fat for short periods of time, but those people who are out there advocating, you got to be shredded year round and sub 10%, that's not healthy. You need fat, and fat is needed to make hormones in the body. Usually people who are very lean for long periods of time have diminished testosterone, estrogen, progesterone levels. And hormones are the puppeteers of the human body. They orchestrate everything. Energy levels, how you feel, and sex drive. Sex drive is probably the biggest symptomatic indicator of overall health. If you don't have that, then there's some things going on. And that's usually related to protein, fat, mineral deficiencies. And it's very specific. I can't just recommend a blanket statement for everybody. You need to be taking this. But what I can say, based off of the research and the literature out there, most humans are deficient in magnesium, okay? Reason being is because the soil is seriously depleted in magnesium. And plants usually take up magnesium, and then animals usually eat those plants, and then we eat their tissues, or we eat the plants. If that soil is depleted in magnesium specifically, that plant isn't going to grow up as well as it should be, therefore it's going to be nutrient deficient, therefore we will. Zinc as well, we call this the reproductive mineral. This is usually found in meats, oysters, mushrooms. This is needed to make your immune system, so especially during these times now, zinc is needed to make testosterone. Zinc is actually needed for a lot of things, but let's talk about the reproductive system. So if we're talking about vitamin D, guys, especially here in Canada where we are during probably November till
God only
April,
knows when.
vitamin D is probably the most important supplement you need to take. It's actually a hormone, and I recommend everybody take vitamin D, magnesium, and zinc. Now, vitamin D and zinc go hand in hand, actually magnesium there too. So if you're just taking vitamin D, you need magnesium and you need zinc as cofactors, meaning they're needed up the string for conversions to get the sunlight or the vitamin D that you're taking internally as a supplement to be synthesized with cholesterol that's released from your liver, right, to make the active hormone, vitamin D.
Are you taking zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D all together at the same time, or are you taking vitamin D earlier and then zinc and magnesium later in the day?
So you have to think of it,
I know it's different for people, but
well, when would you get vitamin D, right, from the sun? So,
daytime, yeah.
right, when the sun rises 6, 7 a.m. and then it sets, give or take, when we are here, anywhere between 4, 5, 6 p.m., right?
Right.
If you take vitamin D, it's a Zeitgeber, so in German that means it's a light giver. It sets your circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is pretty much the 24-hour cycle of the day. So if you're taking vitamin D at nighttime when the sun has set, that's going to give your body the wrong signal saying, hey, we're getting sun exposure now, which may affect your sleep. Best time to take vitamin D would probably be with breakfast or lunch. Magnesium, this is a thing people, it's synonymous with sleep, right?
Yeah.
Nighttime, I need to take this to help with sleep. No. If you understand anything about chemistry and biology, ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate, inside your mitochondria, which is in every single cell of the human body, needs ATP. That runs everything from thinking to blinking to every single function in the human body. And magnesium is needed to make ATP. The actual formula is MgATP. So if you're deficient in magnesium, your body's not making energy, period. Now, most people don't eat whole foods. They eat a lot of processed foods, sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar depletes your body of magnesium. Magnesium is needed to process glucose. So supplementing magnesium throughout the day, right upon waking up, maybe every 4 hours or so, and stocking up your stores because magnesium is water soluble, so is zinc, whereas vitamin D is fat soluble, so your body can store vitamin D in its fat, right?
Okay. Let's move on to another question we have from Jennifer. Hi, girl. My question is that I keep getting upper ab cramps when I put on my shoes, boots, take off my leggings, etc. It's almost like Charlie horse in the upper abs rib area. What idea would you suggest from that? That would be magnesium, maybe? I mean, for sure you need to stretch 100%. I'm not sure how much warming up you're doing too, Jen. And if you're lifting heavier weights in the lower lower region, like if you're doing a lot of squatting, I know that you're also somebody that does a lot of dancing and HIIT training. So just be careful that you're doing a proper cool down and you're making sure that you're stretching as well. I think that probably is going to cause the cramping.
Any way to fix the cramps via nutrition?
Always, right? So like we talked about, guys,
Where's my shirt?
every single, so for muscular contractions, a lot of things are happening, right? And I talked about calcium. Calcium is excitatory. People who, usually kids who have ADD, ADHD, their diets are full of sugar, and you could even, any parents out there who have their kids know that child is eating poor foods. And calcium, too much calcium is released from the bones. Calcium is excitatory. It stimulates your neurons, which are cells in your brain, and it does the same thing to your muscles. If you ever get spasms, and if you're at nighttime, that's usually related to calcium being excitatory and stimulating the muscle, which is not a bad thing. Too much calcium causes that. But what you need is to offset that magnesium. Okay, magnesium pulls calcium out of places where it doesn't need to belong. So supplementing magnesium, and again, it might not just be 200 milligram pill. You might need to be taking 5 times the dose because your body is so deficient. Everybody has a magnesium threshold. So somebody could take 200 milligrams of magnesium and they might get diarrhea. That usually means that you've hit your bowel tolerance. So your body's like, that's too much. Another thing is, I recommend to clients sometimes taking 2 grams of magnesium. That'd be almost 10 pills. And they still don't get loose stools. Their body is super deficient and magnesium is going everywhere, to your brain, to your muscles, all over the body because your body is deficient. Your nervous system, if you're very stressed, burns through it as well. So if you're ever struggling with cramps, take magnesium, drink some salt and cream of tartar water as well, and guaranteed your cramps will go away.
And here's the thing too, I mean, it's all about, I talk about this often too in my group, I talk about trial and error. You're not going to know exactly what the right formula is for you unless you actually give these things a try. And if you're taking this advice, I highly suggest you get going on it ASAP. Annie's asking, what is the number 1 superfood that you eat daily other than cream of tartar?
Yeah, well, superfood, okay, so guys, I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. A lot of the industry when it comes to supplements, like I've managed supplement stores before. I've worked in the industry for a long time. I've recommended supplements. I've tried all the supplements almost out there. And I use a lot of them with my clients and I recommend them. But obviously it depends. When it comes to superfoods, a lot of people have it synonymous with acai berries or what might be another example.
Like the greens powder or
green
whatever,
powder.
yeah. Reds or greens.
That is frustrating and that's kind of counterintuitive to what it means. It's almost an oxymoron because a superfood is something that should give you everything you need to survive.
And it goes back to Girk. The end.
Right. Listen, if you are eating, you cannot survive eating goji berries.
Yeah.
Your body will die. Where's the essential amino acids? Protein. Where's the essential fatty acids? Fat. It's just full of carbs, sugar, and then vitamin C. It's a superfood because it has high vitamin C. No, meat actually has vitamin C in as well, enough to get past the RDA. That's obviously if you're not dehydrating the meat and eating it with the juices. A superfood would be something like liver. An organ meat would be the highest totem pole of food. You're looking at organ meats, muscle meats, certain plants. The thing is with plants, guys, I'm not fully against plants. They are not superfoods. You cannot survive just eating one plant. You can survive eating an organ because it has everything you need to survive. It has the protein, it has the fats, it has vitamins and minerals.
I feel the hate mail coming on.
Hate, guys, you could bring the hate, but this is not nutritional dogma. This is nutritional science.
Yeah.
A lot of people who eat plant-based, I'm not fully against you, but you have to understand that you have to mix a lot of your food sources. And it's true. You can't just eat rice. You can't just get away with eating quinoa. And if you do, to get your adequate amount of protein, you have to be consuming like 200 grams of carbs coming from that quinoa and rice or beans. And there's a lot of anti-nutrients in plants. Plants are okay for certain people. If you have a lot of digestive issues, which I worked with clients in the past before, a lot of them, even if you had food sensitivity tests, you talk to any naturopathic doctor, it's not animal foods that they're usually sensitive to. Maybe the egg white from eggs, but usually the fibers and the plant molecules, the chemicals in them, because there's a lot of paradoxes within healthy foods that the body is reacting to. Now, if you're a healthy person, no digestive issues, by all means, eat your plants, eat your kale, eat your spinach, but they are not superfoods because you would have to eat pounds of them to get the adequate amounts of protein and essential fatty acids.
Okay. Let's see here. Should vitamin D be taken with magnesium? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, the answer was yes for sure, Caitlin. Now, Priscilla's asking about salt. What if you already have a lot of salt in your diet? We talked about this the other day with Jake. Do you still need to add salt to your water?
It depends, guys. Everybody has their salt threshold, and the problem with salt, and the reason why I got a bad rap, we're talking about sodium chloride, NaCl, right? Sodium chloride is important. Every single cell in the human body needs sodium. The stomach acid, hydrochloric acid, needs chloride from sodium chloride, NaCl. This is getting into the elements, and this is getting into chemistry here. The thing is, when processed food, where salt got a bad rap is when processed food is incorporated, the standard American diet. A lot of sodium, which is opposed, which is stripped of all its trace vitamins, which is just the white table salt, and then they put iodine so you don't become deficient iodine. That your body cannot recognize. Those are two minerals that have everything else stripped from it. Good quality salt has everything in it, okay? So don't consume the iodinized table salt. Next thing is when you consume a lot of carbohydrates, processed food, sugar, that depletes your body of sodium, okay? And you retain a lot too, which is interesting. It kind of has two effects. So a lot of people get swelling or bloating or edema from consuming salt. Don't blame salt. Blame highly processed food for that. Salt is very good, and you need to balance it with potassium. These are two minerals that work hand in hand. It's like they're married. Okay, if you have too much salt in your diet, yes, you will get bloated. If you get adequate amounts of potassium, this is why I'm talking about cream of tartar, lemon or lime are another good sources, and this is where dark leafy vegetables come into play. Eating them will give you your potassium. Avocado is another great source. Dark chocolate, boom, there you get your magnesium. So guys, food obviously has the nutrients, but this is where it depends for every single person. But salt, it's dependent for everybody else. I consume about 15 grams of salt a day. That's a tablespoon split up throughout the day. When your body filters about 1 pound of salt a day, okay? 1 pound, can you imagine? Your kidneys can filter that. And if you deplete your body of salt, you could actually become type 2 diabetic. Because when the body is deprived of salt, what happens is the pancreas actually releases more insulin. Insulin is released when you consume carbs. Stick with me here, guys. This is getting some deep physiology. So insulin is released when you're salt deprived. Next to any salt you consume, your body will retain that salt and you're still swelling even if you're consuming no salt. And what's going to happen is your body needs a certain amount of salt, your kidneys, for nephrotic function. Nephrons are the cells of the kidneys. And if you're depleting yourself of salt or having too much with not enough potassium, there's problems at both ends. And you could actually become insulin resistant. Your body will not take in nutrients into the cell if you don't have adequate sodium levels with potassium.
Okay, guys, we're going to answer maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then we got to go because we got stuff to do today. But here's the thing. Before I ask the next question, if you are interested in getting to, obviously, get coached by this guy, first of all, I highly recommend it. Second of all, I mean, we pair very well together in that source. I mean, the workouts are coming from me, but the nutrition side, I mean, this guy is, like I said, a wealth of knowledge. So if you have any interest there, you need to reach out to me ASAP.
And the renovations.
And renovations, thanks, Steve. But guys, seriously, send me a DM or send Jake a DM directly, and we have a special package for everybody that actually showed up here today. So please send us a message and just use the code JakeBeast, okay? Thanks.
Let me answer one more
Yeah,
question.
what do you recommend for people who don't have regular bowel movements? This one?
If somebody doesn't have regular bowel movements, that's going to be like a whole essay. Obviously, you could DM me directly, and I'd love to get back to you. There's a lot of pieces. Again, I can't recommend. I'd be doing you a disservice if I recommended one thing. Another question I want to get to: calcium supplements make me nauseous. Calcium supplements I would never recommend unless you have osteopenia, meaning your bones are actually thinning, and a lot of the reason is because the bones are a reservoir of nutrients and calcium. Your body will pull calcium to balance homeostatic levels in the blood of certain minerals. And again, that's a very interesting topic, and I can't just recommend a blanket statement, stop taking calcium unless you have osteopenia, okay? And if you are taking calcium, you need to be taking copious amounts of magnesium because that pulls it out of places where it doesn't belong, like soft tissue. Kidney stones are usually too much calcium as well. Magnesium helps with that. And also any type of like atherosclerosis, usually when biopsies are done and they open up the vasculature, it's too much calcium. Magnesium and vitamin D pull it out of there and actually get it absorbed into the muscles and cells where it needs to be. But again, very, very scientific topics. I can't just give a blanket statement, but just be very careful with calcium supplements. All right,
And
guys?
the last question we'll answer is from Kristen. She's asking about any suggestions on weight gain. And I know we've talked about this multiple times before, but of course your protein in source, and also you just got to eat in a caloric intake, or what am I trying to say? Caloric
Surplus.
That's the word I'm trying to look at. If you're looking to gain weight, that means that you're not eating enough food. I know that you're naturally a very thin person. I know you have some lean muscle on you, Kristen. So just make sure that you're upping your caloric intake. And that also depends, of course, on your activity levels. And I know, again, you're somebody that stays active. So I guess around the ballpark, you would want to probably aim for 2,500 calories a day.
Yeah, a good formula that I recommend, depending on your body type. If you're an ectomorph, meaning thinner body type, you metabolize things quicker. Then you have your mesomorph, which is kind of in between, easy to lose weight, easy to gain. And then you have your endomorph, someone like me, who actually came from an overweight background. For me, it's very hard to lose fat. So the formula would be body weight times 13 on the low end, on the high end times 20. And that's usually a good base without getting too much into the chemistry and figuring out the basal metabolic rate off of the Harrison Benedict formula, which I usually do for my clients, and that's something that me and Kara do for our clients. All right, guys?
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Power.
Awesome.
Jake was awesome. This won't be the last time that you see us, that's for sure. I know it's the first, but guys, honestly, please reach out to us. Use code jake.beast or jakebeast, and we'll definitely give you something of offering for showing up here today. Please like this, please share it, please save it for future use. It's a wealth of knowledge, not to mention you had a killer workout prior to that. Have an awesome weekend. If you can get your cold exposure,
absolutely.
Go out and do
talk about that next time, guys.
Next time for sure. Or you can just follow him because he always talks about it. And then again, if you can get your 10,000 steps in today, I would highly recommend that as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Coach Kara out.
Coach Jake out. See ya.
Bye.
Damn.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
No?
Absolutely. Yeah, we could definitely.